Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the SEA League Day number 2 of Group Stage action. I am LD, and I am joined here today by the one and only Winter, and we are going to start the day off with some good old-fashioned Pinoy Dota. We had a lot of it yesterday. Let's have some more today. On the left, we have Pacific.Es, formerly Pacific.Es. They are not sponsored by Emacs anymore, now just Pacific.Esports. They are by far the most accomplished Filipino Dota team of 2012, especially when it comes to Dota 1. They won the GEST a good 4 or 5 times. I can't remember exactly how many. That was the premier sort of online event in the Philippines in Dota 1 at the time. And then they're also your SMM champion. So Pacific.Es, their first big appearance in Dota 2, facing off against Neolution International, or Neo.Int. How you doing, Winter?
Fine, as usual. Happy to be here to join you.
Thank you for joining me. So we have some star players on the Filipino scene in this game. Ninja Boogie, I think, is a fan favorite, not only for his play, but also for his awesome name. We have Fox on Neolution as well, formerly of TNC. As mentioned, they merged with MSI Evo GT. Of course, on the Pacific Esports, I keep wanting to say Emacs, Pacific Esports, they've had a very, very stable roster, very minimal changes on their roster over the past 6 to 8 months. And in the Philippines, that's pretty unusual. And I guess a lot of it has to do, they've had a lot of success, so why make them a change if it's not broken?
Yeah, and I believe they were on something like a 7 or 8 tournament winning streak in Philippines.
Yes, they were.
Before SMM. And I think they were recently transitioned into Dota 2. And I think they're not going to play Dota 1 anymore. Not too sure.
I'm not 100% sure if they're not playing it anymore, but I do know they've been playing Dota 2, which generally means at best you're just competing in Dota 1 but not really practicing it. Which is what IG was going to do for SMM until they chose not to go. And at worst, you're not playing it. So we'll see. But yeah, they are focusing more and more on Dota 2 nowadays. That much we do know for sure. And neolution.int is going to start this one off. Oh, and I should talk a little bit about, well, I guess they're Neolution International, but they're one of the Filipino rosters. But they have actually been playing Dota 2 a lot. Ninja Boogie played Dota 2 all the way back in the International 2 East qualifiers for Dustbin, I believe. And, well, that's a long time ago.
LD, I don't think you can consider them Filipino, because there's 3 Singaporeans.
That's fair enough. I guess that's why they're international. You know, I think I'm mixing them up with Neolution.int, which is a separate team. Sorry about that, guys. There's a lot of Neolutions. There's a lot of
7. There are 7 Neolution teams, right?
The viewers will hopefully forgive me. But yeah, Ninja Boogie has been playing Dota 2 for a long time. He's the one name that really jumps out at me. And of course, Fox, as I mentioned, has been playing with TNC, who's also been playing Dota 2 for a long time. So they've had more experience, but what they haven't really had are many results. This is a team that's been playing Dota 2 for a while, but has yet to really win any kind of big tournament.
Yeah, they have been playing for a very long time, but didn't win anything really big. Before, they had a full PH roster, and seems like it didn't work out. And I think they were friends. They are friends with Lei and Blah before, because Blah was from HON, and I think Boogie, he played HON as well. And they were I think, if I'm not wrong, they were teammates in HON.
And, well, yeah, Ninja Boogie, he played for, oh god, who was it? It was, there was a period in Heroes of New Earth where all the best teams were in Europe, and there was one team from Southeast Asia who was any good in the competitive scene, and it was Ninja Boogie's team, but the name is escaping me. He also played with Mr. Swish, a pretty well-known player, I think, for a lot of the Southeast Asian Han fans.
Mr. Swish is also from Han.
Yes. And they were on the same team in Han. They were actually very successful. They're the only team from Southeast Asia who had success. And, well, let's see if they can do it here today. Pacific Esports, they protect. So let's talk about the draft, Winter. We see a first pick, mag pick, coming out from Neolution. The response from Pacific is going to be the Darkseer, perhaps to protect the TA pick, and then they also get the TA. So if we see that mag go mid, he's not going to have a very good time up against this TA. And they also get one of the most annoying offlaners / junglers in the game. So pretty good opening, I have to say, from Pacific.
But it's not something we have seen for the past few days. I think this is the first time a team has first pick Magnus.
It almost And you know the other response we've seen a lot when a team first picks Magnus or picks him very early is the Keeper of the Light pick, but and especially with the
Hmm.
Enigma coming out now, there's a hero who can build your early mech. This is the makings of a potential 5-man Dota, although they don't have to. Let's see what Pacific
And,
does to respond.
and you know, the only team I think that does first pick Magnus, you know who I'm going to mention?
I do, but the viewers don't, so go ahead and mention it.
LGD China.
Of course. Who could forget the Yao Mag?
It's gonna be a very big team fight now. Magnus Enigma. Wouldn't be surprised if the keeper comes up now to counteract the stick push of Neolution.
Yeah, what is Pacific gonna go for here? What's Ma got up his sleeve? I'm interested to see. And I forgot to point out, Pacific actually, they have Dondi playing for their team. I don't know if you've heard about this guy, Winter.
No, you have to enlighten me about it.
I saw some. I was sent some screenshots by Ren from Pacific. He works for Pacific, and some screenshots of the team scrimming together. And apparently, Dondi actually plays for their team now. So of course, he's Don, but he was having some fun with his name. I thought it was quite cute.
Is he from another team just standing in for Dora 2 or
No,
he's
I just wanted to make the joke about Dondi. He's been with Pacific for a while. That was literally the only reason I said that, was just to make that bad joke. And I think it worked. Oh, Neolution, they're banning the Dragon Knight. This is something that Pacific love to run in Dota 1. We mentioned the Shadowblade DK. They're one of the teams that did it more than anyone else. They love to go with that solo mid Shadowblade DK, but we're not going to see it this game.
it's less effective in Dota 2 because of no bottle crow.
Exactly.
DK will have a lot of mana issues if he's not able to bottle crow efficiently.
And well, sometimes they would send him to the safe lane, but even then, he does either need a soul ring or bottle crowing, and obviously they have a TA, so the DK's not going to go mid.
Nobody likes Gandalf now.
How did he slip through? Pacific, I'm a little surprised they went with the Jakiro over the Keeper here. Sure, the Keeper's
Jakiro plus
great with the Darkseer,
yeah.
but
Jakiro plus Darkseer is something a bit old already.
it's played out for you. You're tired of it.
Uh, it's not particularly effective already because the Ice Puff nerf.
Apparently.
Okay,
Oh,
Gandalf.
well, now we're definitely seeing a lot of push, and they don't have the carry yet. Let's see what Pacific does here. When it comes to carries, most of the favored ones are gone, but PL is still in the pool, and you gotta figure Neolution's got their eyes on that.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, it would be the perfect pick here, and they have the Shadow Demon. It's almost like Pacific have to pick it.
I don't think they want to pick it. Well,
All right, so if you're not going for that, we know traditionally they also like to run Slardar solo mid with bottle crowing. Again, not as effective. But that would synergize well. Oh, here's another
yeah.
minus armor hero. They
This
go for
is-
the Weaver.
this is one of the favorite heroes of Pacific. They do it a lot in Dota 1. Tri-Lane Weaver. Very strong.
We'll probably see, I think, maybe something like an Earthshaker as the last pick here, because they have Jakiro, but they don't really
I
have that
think-
much lockdown yet.
I think the last pick could be Undying. I've seen them run a lot of Undying
Oh,
Tri-Lane
you're
with
right.
the
He's
Weaver.
still in the pool.
You know, it's a combination. Dual combination, Undying with Weaver. You have bugs chasing you, you have zombies chasing you everywhere, so you have to run.
And there's fire and there's ice. It's literally hell on earth. You know, I didn't even think of Undying because we're up to the last pick, and he's not banned or picked yet.
Oh, he's sort of dropped out of the pool already, as recently not many teams like to pick him anymore.
He's still very popular in Europe. I see a lot of teams even ban him with their first ban, but
Phantom Lancer, the
No
monkey, the
surprises.
rat, whatever we call him.
the rat monkey bat man, I don't know why. He's
the dancing
he's
monkey.
something. He needs a
The
haircut.
dancing monkey. He needs a shave, not a haircut. His hair is okay, but he needs a shave.
I don't know. I think he needs a little bit of both.
Yeah, Gandalf needs a shave as well.
They don't even commit to the facial hair either. They don't have the mustache. It's very disappointing. Okay, so we're looking at team facial hair versus team.
Oh no, not
Wisp.
Undying.
Weaver Wisp. This is some cute stuff. Well, if you're up against 5-man Dota, Winter, if you can get the gank train rolling before they can get their core items up. This can be very disruptive, and it's also good against the split push of a PL. But
why would you
they're lacking the 5-man fighting.
Get a Weaver with the whips, not a stunner? Why?
Here's the next level strategy. The Weaver's going to Sakuchi, and then he's going to tether to the Weaver once he's past the enemy hero. Here's the problem. The Weaver is going to have like 300 HP and just die immediately.
Yeah. That's why you usually have a strength-based stunning hero which is tanky and is able to deal a lot of damage, not something like a Weaver which is squishy. Whips is already squishy, and you tether a squishy guy, and you both go in together with both squishy heroes, and you're gonna just die.
And the one big problem I think that we're both seeing is they picked a Wisp when they're up against a lineup that has an Enigma, not the strongest laning lineup, needs a lot of levels in farm to really hit their peak, and they're picking a hero who's not going to be able to punish that in the laning stage. Even the TA, the solo mid, needs quite a bit of levels in farm before she can really start to have an impact, at least the phase boots, ideally the blink dagger, and the Darkseer. He's not like a mag or a Night Stalker, or a Beastmaster, where as soon as he hits 6, he can just go and start killing all over the place. So we'll see what Pacific can do, but strategically, this does seem to favor Neolution quite a bit.
LD, you know we are seeing again a draft that is no stuns.
Oh.
No stuns again. From a Pinoy team.
They have Tether, which is actually a very underrated stun, I feel, but still, no real stuns aside from Ice Path.
And Ice Path is not reliable stun because mainly you need setup, and what is the setup? Only vacuum.
That's why I was thinking something like an Earthshaker. The Pinoys really love to run Weaver, Earthshaker +1 as their tri-lane, usually a range support. It's actually very strong because you've really good range, great chasing power, and if you get a fissure block, the hero's dead. The bugs will melt him down, he'll die quickly, but you know, we've seen Earthshaker not always as effective in Dota 2 as compared to Dota 1, and Pacific, they didn't go for it.
I'm disappointed that the Zombie Lord didn't come out, because their lanes would be so scary. Zombie Lord and Dragon and a Weaver. Both the supports are so tanky. Jakiro and Dirge. And Weaver can just dive them easily.
Also, they picked a Wisp against a lineup that is pretty... I mean, against a lineup that has a lot of long-range harassment and burst damage. So that Wisp, if she doesn't have a good start, is just gonna... One Phantom Lance, and she's pretty much just gonna die in the mid.
One Phantom Lance, and the Wisp will be running everywhere. Well, probably not running, tethering everywhere to escape.
Well, Winter, we have a few moments. Let's go ahead and introduce the teams on the Radiant side. We have Pacific.Es, formerly known as Emax, I believe before that Bad Burn, but they are now just Pacific.Es. And they actually, they were the team with the Techies specialist standing in back in July in Dota 1, I think it was. But we have Don playing the Twin-Headed Dragon, Ma, the captain on the Wisp, Jotan on the Darkseer, Chin on the TA, and last but not least, really one of the most famous players from the Philippines, up there with Jules, with Santino, with a lot of these younger players. He's Bayabas on the Weaver.
Yeah, this guy is very famous in Philippines right now. And talking about the techie specialist, I remember that during the GST matchup when it was Pinoy team against Pinoy team, everyone banned his techies.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. It's not a troll ban. It's not a troll ban.
It's very hard to deal with. Now that wasn't actually a full roster member. That was a stand-in who's a techies specialist. His name is escaping me. I'm sure someone in the chat will remind me. But yeah, he was impressive. I think he only played for them that one tournament, but they won like either 2 or 3 games on the back of his techies. And like you said, the rest of the time it was banned. So with that being said, who do we have on the side of Neolution?
We have Ninja Boogie, the captain, on the Phantom Lancer. Fox on the Keeper of the Light, supporting his fellow Pinoy on the top lane. And we have Hachiko on the Shadow Demon. And for mid lane Enigma, this is long gone. We have Blah on the mid lane Enigma, and for the off lane we have Lei on the Magnus. Well, and the Magnus is going Echo build. Oh, I think the Magnus is middle.
Yeah, he's bottle rushing. We may see some... There's only one courier so far.
Whoa, they're messing with me.
Well, he's just gonna bottle Crow because the Enigma doesn't really need the courier. So we're probably just gonna see this Magnus constantly bottle Crow.
But why wouldn't you do it the other way around? Because he can control the rune better than Magnus in Union.
30 seconds.
Oh, switching the lanes, you mean? Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
The usual one will be Enigma on
I
offlane because he can pull the creep wave
I
back.
guess here's the main thing: is Enigma's gonna do a better against TA because he's got multiple sources of damage. He can actually remove refraction very quickly, and you can also slow down the TA more than a mag. So I'm not sure if it's worth the mag really having trouble in the bottom lane, but they do get that good trade mid.
Yeah, probably that's what they have in mind. And the first rune, making them to fight for the rune, fight for the rune.
Well, so much for the eco build. Back to base for Lei. Basically back to base.
I don't think he'll be going back. He's already munching on his tangles.
Well, he's not going to take too much harassment. And because this tri-lane isn't really that scary, but they're up against an offlane mag who, as we've seen, is not dominant. They could actually get some kills on him if he's not careful.
Actually think this Darkseer should just go to the jungle. He's facing up against a very formidable tri-lane. He's not going to have a good time in the lane. I think he should go straight to the jungle.
And his Surge is not going to be useful here because there's a Shadow Demon. So anytime he tries to Surge away, he'll just get disrupted.
Shadow Demon is just a very strong lane support. Darkseer is just... Oh, and I don't think this is... I think you should always start with the big camp. I'm talking about the Darkseer when you farm. You should do the big camp twice. Instead of what people do, is like they do the small camp first, then when the time comes, but these guys are already out of time. You stack the big camp and you do the two big camps at once, but you will take a lot of damage from it.
Yeah, well, he missed the stack though, which is a problem because he came to the jungle lane.
I think he was still indecisive about whether he should go to the lane or not because he ran up to near I'm trying to draw here near the secret shop and he just turned back after that, maybe realizing that there's no way he could deal with the tri lane.
I wonder if they expected an offensive tri lane. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, because if you're drafting a whips and you have sort of a weak tri lane, it's common for the enemy to try and do an aggressive tri lane against whips because whips is weak if he doesn't have levels. And early on at level 1, whips doesn't really do too much. But I think a lot of European players would disagree because they think that a level 1 whips can do a lot of things in the lane.
I gotta point out, Chin is absolutely dominating this middle lane so far. He's already 7-1. Oh, no, Enigma just caught up a lot, but CSing very well. And remember, lots of creeps are being denied by this Enigma, so he has less opportunities for last hits compared to other lanes.
I'm worried about his Eidolons. They'll just die to the side blades.
Darkseer is not going to be happy about this harassment from Shadow Demon. Already points at Shadow Poison. Just going to be able to harass him out of lane.
Why did he come up so fast? I think he should have just farmed a bit longer. Until he gets level 4, level 5. He can get it very fast in the jungle. See, now he's going back to the jungle.
Well, he got a couple creeps. That's it.
Wasting a lot of time. He did the small camp twice, that's it, and he went top.
Yeah, well, he did get level 2. I guess maybe he thought the supports were going to be doing lots of stack pulling over to the small camp.
It's a Keeper of the Light and Shadow Demon, so most likely the Keeper of the Light will be doing the stack pulling alone, and Shadow Demon will be on the lane once he see the Darkseer comes up. And as you mentioned, the disruption would just make his Surge useless.
And he's still stacking the small camp.
Why is he not stacking the big camp?
Oh, he didn't even get... Oh, he did get the stack, okay.
Yes, he did.
At least he got
the stack. Yeah, but it's not... when we talk about efficiency, this is not what you want to do.
Yeah, you can do the big camp at level 1, just with a stout shield. That's all you really need.
I don't know about this. He's not farming... You know, who was the Darkseer again? The other day wasn't... Oh yeah, B-Boy. He wasn't efficient.
I think B-Boy was a little more efficient than this, honestly. But, yeah, he definitely made
some
sense.
No. I think he was about the same. Because he tried to pull the small camp, I remember I'm mentioning, and he failed to pull. Then he didn't stack the big camp, and he just tried to pull again. And it wasn't good.
Here comes the smoke gank. They're heading towards the middle lane. They want to shut down this TA.
Smoke gank with Keeper of the Light?
I think they could do it, though. They've got Malefice, they've got Eidolons, and they've got Disruption Soulcatcher.
Yeah, I think there's a high chance they'll get it.
This should be the
Do they have sentries? Do they have sentries? Oh yeah, they have sentries.
Yeah, they do. Chin's in trouble though. Up, disrupted, under the sentry. The Soulcatcher is gonna hit him, and now he's no way out. First blood for Neolution. Very nice movement.
Yeah, I have to say this is a very good... I think this is one of the first few successful smoke ganks we've seen in this event.
Well, I think like 80% of those smoke ganks were from QMX. It's maybe not the best sample size. But yes, you're right.
Yeah,
we haven't seen many successful ones.
It's a bit of unexpected as well, because when you have the Keeper of the Light, the enemy would expect you to stack heavily and farm up, not to gank.
This Biobus is really getting out-farmed here. Boogie's already up to 28 CS, and a free farm lane for Weaver. He's only sitting at 21. That's a pretty big discrepancy for this early.
I think he just missed a lot of last hits.
Yeah, the Magnus can't do anything to really stop you from getting last
The
hits.
Magnus didn't do anything at all. And one more thing as well, they're doing single pulls. That's why the creep wave are not controlled well, and the Magnus is getting easy level. And when the creep equilibrium is not controlled, sometimes your carry tends to miss the last hit because there's a lot of creeps on your side, and it's difficult for the Weaver to last.
They're also leaving 3 supports in the lane, and they're not killing the Magnus. This is really not what you want to do with a defensive tri-lane.
This is not efficient at all. The Magnus is getting 3 levels because of the inefficiency of Pacific.
They do have the early Rin of Basilius. It seems like they want to push. Oh, by the way, 3 points up in the Swarm. Biobus maxing the Swarm first.
Oh,
there's the skewer, bringing Don back into the tower. He could be in trouble. Biobus, chiving, diving, now forced to run away. Keeper did TP in. Namas kind of trapped here.
Biobus.
He needs this new creep wave to come in now. Shadow Demon rises.
The wave!
Yep, catches him. On the other side, it's going to be the Wisp who's now trapped. Needs to tether to something. Can she find it? She does. Looking to escape Nama, though. Look at that
the
low.
poison.
The 0 base armor. I think he's dead. Oh, no, it's only, what is it, level 2. No, he'll be okay. He just has enough HP. They're still chasing, though. They have a skewer into a shockwave. There's your skewer. Lei wants this. Can he find the angle? It looks like he'll be too late.
I hope they don't overextend too much.
That was a very bad dive. PL is free farming. It looks like Darkseer even rotated mid, but Enigma actually lived through that, and he gets a regen. Wow.
He solo killed the Templar Assassin as well with his black hole.
Meanwhile, Lei dropping low, and the Illuminate up. Not going to be enough. This tri-lane, they do get the 1 kill on the Magnus, but I still don't think it's sufficient. PL is just free farming. What's coming now? It's going to be the completed Rin of Aquila, Tranquil Boots at 6.5 minutes, and he's 600 net worth ahead of the Weaver. 12 CS. Ninja Boogie is just dancing all over Biobus right now in terms of farm.
Yeah, and that TA is not having a good time as well. She just got ganked 2 minutes ago, and he just got solo killed when I think it was Darkseer trying to come in to gank the Enigma. Oh, he's gonna die again.
Oh, he should die here. There's disruption and there's wards. There's just no way to escape. He still isn't disrupted yet. Now he will. The Illuminate misses. I don't think it matters, though. He does. Oh, he has Refraction up. He's got Refraction back up. Now he can meld under the tower, but the poison's on him. Uh-oh, I think he's gonna die anyway. He's trying to bottle up. Nope, he's just gonna live. Barely. Meanwhile, top lane, PL finds a solo kill on the Darkseer. And this Darkseer, level 5 at 7 minutes in, which is not horrible, but like you said, very inefficient, and you gotta wonder if having an extra item or 2 might have saved him there.
And I have no idea how he got solo killed, because you have Surge to run away. As long as you're not too mischievous in the lane, you shouldn't be killed by a Phantomancer.
He must have just gotten greedy, you know, stayed around at low HP, got hit by a lance, got chased down. There's just no other way to explain it.
Yeah, because the lance has a very short cooldown. You have to be very careful.
Top tower is
well, Winter, already it's a 2,000 gold lead for the team with the better team fight, the better 5-man, the better late game, and the Roche advantage. It's a relatively small lead. Oh, they're diving on Blah. Here we go with the Ice Path. The Tether is going to catch him out. He doesn't have Black Hole, so they should be able to bring him down. The Warp's doing some good work, but Chin's dropping low. Got to get that kill and get out. He's going to fall. That is not a good trade. And they're just lucky the Black Hole was down, or that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and the Keeper of the Light's getting so much levels from that. He's level 6 already, and he's almost level 7 at 8 minutes.
Light speed.
Well, the SMM champions are looking very mortal right now, I have to say. Some inefficiency from the Darkseer, a questionable draft, I think, to put it mildly, and now they're just in a bad... And some really overextensions in the bottom lane. They're in a bad position now, Winter.
Yeah, they could have been far worse, because if the TA died there, when the Illuminate didn't hit him, if the Illuminate hit him, it would have been far worse, but still, it's still so bad.
Gonna find him again. He's still under the Sentry Ward. Can they actually get away? I don't think so. The Ice Path catches...
Black hole.
Catches all the Eidolons. Black Hole on, too.
Oh,
it's
the
gonna
tether.
bring them down. This is
the tether broke!
Oh,
he didn't stop
he
the
could
black
have
hole, the
stunned.
tether.
Yeah, he could have stunned him, but it broke, and that tether does have a pretty decent cooldown. Unfortunately, Enigma's gonna get away. This is a very interesting Weaver. He's gone for Max the Swarm, which really it's very strange to see that when he's basically should be just 1v1ing the mag while supports are pulling the bottom lane. This Max Swarm, he wants to fight early, but they didn't have a lane to fight against.
And I think Dota 1, the Swarm is a lot different than Dota 2 as well. Dota 1 is easier to hit. That's why it's probably more worth it if you get it in Dota 1, but
Radiant's
I probably
middle
he
tower
still
is under
didn't
attack.
notice that in Dota 2 the Swarm is a bit weaker because I think the AoE is slightly smaller. The Swarm is just not so effective in Dota 2.
The Swarm is also very good at level 1. It's not a spell that needs to be maxed early, whereas Sakuchi scales amazingly well.
Yeah, it doesn't scale as well as Shukuchi, like you mentioned.
For Sakuchi, it's the damage, but even more importantly, it's the cooldown. The cooldown goes so low.
The cooldown is the thing that makes Weaver so hard to gank.
Well, they're not even... Neolution feels no need to go for ganks at this point. Having this lead, PL's free farming, he outcarries Weaver. Like, actually Weaver's ahead of him, but I think that's because something's on the courier. Oh, it's 2 Blades of Alacrity. This Diffusal Blade is coming soon. Bottom lane, Shin's in trouble. No, is he going to go back in? The Eidolons are going to remove that refraction. He's just going to clear those off. He may pay for this. There's an RP. He's trying to bait this. The Wisp Tether is waiting on the high ground, but can they actually find the opening to go in? Here comes Weaver. This is the 4-man. Neo Pacific is often known for the prowess in fights, but can they find the right fights? There's the skewer. Brings TA back. Probably not what the mag wanted. Blah's going to drop. Now on delay. Lay's trying to run. The Illuminate hits, but only on the refraction. There's a buyout from Enigma. Does he have Black Hole yet? Not for a minute and a half. It's down for a long time, but he wants to fight with the Malphus. There's your RP. Only catches Chin. This is not really going that well for Neolution, but in spite of it, PL has arrived. They've got all the team here, and it looks like with that, it will be enough. If that PL hadn't TP'd, I think it could have gone a whole lot worse. Biobus now trying to run away, disrupted, and can he actually get out of here? He's almost fully body blocked. He's got a juke. He can't. He's going to drop. It looked like a pretty good fight, but they did not have the Darkseer, and it's what we were talking about. Is Darkseer just can't come to these fights and contribute the way that a Beastmaster can. But had he been there, it might have made a difference.
Yeah, it would definitely have made a difference, but because of his inefficiency at the start, he could have gotten a few more levels. And he's still level 7 right now, almost 8.
And he's nowhere near a mech or anything like that.
He only has 1 level in Vacuum, so his impact, if he comes into a fight right now, would be very not to a great effect, because he just needs a lot of more levels in his ultimate and in his Vacuum.
12 minutes.
And like you said, the mag as well. He just still doesn't have it.
12 minutes in on a solo mid TA, and she doesn't have face boot. She's not even close to a blink. She's got nothing.
5 deaths already hurt him so much.
I have to say, I thought that fight would go okay for Pacific, but then the buyback from Enigma and the PLTP, and that really turned it around. It could have been a good fight for Pacific otherwise, but they should have known to back off sooner.
But you know, I don't like their chances in a fight. When that fight, the Magnus RP one hero, and the Enigma didn't even have Black Hole when he bought out, and they still won the fight.
I think they sense impending doom. Once that PL gets the Diffusal Blade, the Enigma has whatever his item choice is going to be. Probably, there's nothing to deal with a BKB, so I would assume a BKB rush, but...
Oh, top lane. Yep. He's gonna die.
Oh, PL's... Oh, Darkseer, rather. There's a lot of trouble. Here comes Wisp. Probably gonna give himself away.
Oh, the Wisp!
There's the Dust. It catches Ninja Boogie. They want to pick him off. This is an important kill to be had, but the tether actually breaks, and I don't know if they can actually find this kill. Wisp's about to go home. The Dust is gonna wear off, and... Nope, actually, they still have a while left. Oh, he brought the TA back to the middle lane. I think they could have gotten this kill on PL, but now they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mag gets dived. He gets picked up. They go on to Chin, and Chin's in trouble as well. There's a Sentry Ward. Chin's going to melt. Nope, he's still alive. He just got the refraction up. Not enough. And the Purge on the Wisp. Everybody dying. Got a question. Nama going back to the middle lane with the TA as well. Sealing his fate. Buyout from TA. What can she do? There's the Black Hole. So it gets cancelled by the Ice Pad. Nice play by Don. Doesn't seem to matter. Enigma's going to drop anyway. Fox is trying to run. Here comes the chase, but this TA does not have a Blink Dagger. Doesn't even have Phase Boots. They could surge him. Illuminate, trying to finish off Jakiro, who's still alive, but Hachiko should be able to finish him off just with Poison and Auto Attacks, and Keeper's actually going to live. Should be able to finish him. He's waiting for Disruption.
He didn't use his Poison just now. He wants a Disruption.
Yep, there you go. Disruption and the Poison. There's the kill. Hachiko should pay with his life. But he's going to place the Sentry Ward on the hill before dying, or no. He's just going to make them waste as much time as possible.
Buying items, I think he used up
you're
all
right.
his gold.
He bought an urn, or components of an urn.
Yeah, and top lane actually Ninja Boogie wouldn't have died if he did the diffuser on himself to cancel off the dust, but he used it on the TA instead. If he diffuser himself and just run, I don't think he would have died.
Maybe he wanted to bait that. I thought Pacific should have chased there. Once... I mean, the TA would have been able to get that kill because Boogie did not purge the dust off, or at least it would have forced TPs there, but instead Wisp brought TA back mid, and then TA died. Anyway, it was just a disaster.
It comes down to the other day. Who picked the whips? MSR. Yeah, we were saying you were saying about the whips actually needs a lot of practice and a lot of communication and teamwork to make sure you play the whips very good, like Funnick or like how some of the European teams play it, and a little bit of miscommunication like that it costs you a kill.
I also think it's just a really bad game for a Wisp. You look at Neolution, they're good at holding onto their towers.
RP. Bottom lane RP.
Oh, buy a bus. And this Weaver is rushing the Lincolns, the classic way to play Weaver in the Philippines. But unfortunately, there's a lot of spells that just don't care about that. Blah gets caught middle lane. The Tether Stun is here. They could find a kill, I think, but he's still alive. Finally, he'll drop. Top lane, Darkseer on the run. They have the Diffusal for when he tries to surge. Immediately it'll be used. Now the Monog Leak, and they're going to find yet another kill on Jotan.
The Wisp coming.
Wisp is coming in. Backup is here. Carriers have arrived. Fox will fall. Boogie can purge the dust off if he needs to. It's off cooldown.
He did.
Should be able to. He did purge it. In comes the mag. The skewer is going to miss the Wisp, who then disappears. TA still chasing. The Urn Charge picks up the kill. Pacific out of nowhere is going to find some important kills. There's no RP. She can turn around on Lei, and Lei doesn't have skewer for 20 seconds. Shadow Demon kills off the Wisp. I guess wherever she went back, there's a buyout to save Lei, or maybe not. The Jakiro. Don wants this kill. A TP was canceled. Oh, who canceled the TP?
The PL.
PL bought out and then canceled. I guess. Oh, it's so smart he did, because there's now 3 heroes top, and that would have been a buyout into a death. That would have been very, very bad. Hachiko is going to try to whoop it out of here, man. All of a sudden, kills being traded left, right, and center. Chin, no blink. Has even gone for power trades because he's just so damn. Surge the TA. Finally, he'll surge him, but I think it's far too late. Still, the trap detonates onto Disruption cooling down. This could easily be baited and turned around, and TA is out of mana. Uh-oh. I don't know about this fight. They're still diving. They're still chasing. And the Illuminate is going to nearly kill off the TA, who will just be able to get away.
Regen. Oh, why didn't he leave it for the TA?
Well, the Illusions might have been able to kill it off, but TA should have just gone for it. I guess didn't see it in time. Winter, all of a sudden, a billion kills. But I don't know if it's enough.
I'm getting accustomed to the Obsidian kills, but it's a big transition from the G League where you get to see a lot of tactical and mind games going on without much kills. But when you change over to the C League, it's like kills everywhere, you can't touch it.
Chin. Oh no, he gets RP'd. There's just no way out for him, I feel. Demonic Purge, he's out of mana. He tries to turn this around with the tether. Oh, what a bailout!
Send him home.
Just got the ult off cooldown, I believe.
The whips. Is he going to come back alone? Oh no, he's going to come back with the TA.
They're going to try and fight this. There is some backup here in the form of Darkseer. No, he brings only himself back, it looks like. Sacrificing his life for the Horde.
The TA is TPing.
TPing instead. Nama's still alive. Only 1 poison stack. He'll live. Everybody diving. There's the Surge Tether combo. They want the Shadow Demon. They'll get him. Pacific ain't done yet. There's still some life in this horse. And
Black Hole is coming.
Oh boy, Black Hole is coming. Trouble is coming. Mag's still alive. Chin is on trouble. Army of monkeys and rats and all sorts of nasty things. Black Hole, airballs and PGG style, just catching the Darkseer at the last second there, it looks like. I think he got pushed in by the blinding light. I think that missed everyone.
It wasn't the best position of the Black. I thought he could have caught 3 in the middle there, but he hesitated a little too much. And there was not many stuns there on the Pacific side. He was a bit too overcautious for his Black Hole.
Very aggressive build from the Enigma. Goes for the Blink Dagger, not rushing the early BKB. Don's going to drop here mid. Sentry Ward deployed. They want... Oh, that Mono Leak. Oh boy. Do you know, can you time-lapse out of Mono Leak? Oh, meanwhile, Nama just going to feed.
I think I'm not too sure if you time-lapse it would cancel the mana leak.
I want to say it does not, but I could be wrong. Biobus gonna die, and here comes the Dent Claw. Diffusal Blade, Blink Dagger on the Enigma. Mech is ready on the Coddle, and Chin is. They just keep on TPing in. They keep on trying to fight this. There's no detection. Maybe they can turn this around actually with this buyback from Biobus. Biobacabus on the Hachiko he goes. The bugs are gonna hit a few. There's a nice tether stun by Nama. Catches out too. They need Boogie though. They gotta kill off this PL. He's had such a powerful start. Hachiko will fall, but Boogie is the prize. They want him. Can they get him? It doesn't look like it.
He's gonna TP out soon. No, they saw him.
Recalled back. They need to stop this.
He's gonna get Ice Path.
Oh, he just catch him, and now he'll drop. How many buybacks did they use there? They used just the Weaver and the Wisp both bought back in exchange for the PL earlier this game.
This is just buybacks galore. They don't care. This is even more troll than Ice. Ice has no way to deal with this. He's buying back alone, but this game is like everyone is buying back. The Enigma's buying back, the PR's buying back, the TA's buying back, the viewers buying back.
I thought the Pacific buybacks were pretty good there, though, just because Neolution was diving their tier 2. When Ice bought back, there was really nothing to do, but he bought back anyway.
He just wants to farm, and like I said, when you're dead, you don't practice. You're wasting time. So you have to buy back and play your hero.
Time is a resource, after all. And not only time within the game, but time outside of the game as well. Rune is going to spawn top. It'll be a nice region. Unfortunately for Pacific, though, these buybacks, this TA is just so incredibly poor. A full 1,000 gold below the Enigma, which doesn't seem all that bad, all things considered, but you'd really expect TA to have some items at this point. A BKB, getting close to it, a Blink Dagger complete. They don't have anything. They're gonna go.
More fights incoming.
Here comes the Surge. Oh, not the Surge. The Sakuchi, rather. On delay. Where's that follow-up stun? It's just not here. Wisp has arrived. Very late to the fight, though. Wants to go on the Keeper. They're still diving the Mag. You normally don't want to tower dive a Mag. That's normally a way to seal your own fate. Now Wisp trying to run away. One Phantom Lance and he's gonna melt.
In 10 seconds.
Oh,
Black Hole is 10 seconds.
They get one kill, though. They kill off the Shadow Demon. RP catches 2. Where's that Black Hole? Is it coming yet?
5 seconds.
Blah's waiting. There's a gem on the floor as well. Who's gonna pick it up? Boogie denies it. Meanwhile,
Black Hole is up.
Yep, but can he find the opening for that Black Hole? He blinks in, he catches the entire enemy team! What an incredible Black Hole! Now the Illuminate Wombo Combo City! Gem on the floor, Tam, Jotan is likely to fall, PL is gonna die, everybody melts, and Blah the Patient Predator delivers.
Whoa, even dodges the Ice Bar with the blink.
Beautiful,
you know,
beautiful Black
There's a lot of miscommunication with the PL and the Keeper. He's always TPing to the tower and the Keeper is recalling him at the same time. And I don't think he should have buyback there. It's very waste of gold.
It seems like the Filipino teams don't only have to practice their Wisp play, but perhaps their Keeper of the Light Phantom Lancer combo as well.
Yeah, because technically even Neolution has 3 Singaporean players, but the Keeper of the Light and Phantom Lancer, it's both the
yeah, exactly.
both Pinoy players.
Well, in spite of all the buybacks and silliness, we have a 26-17 kill lead for Neolution. They have the tower advantage, they have the map control advantage, they have the late game, they've got the better teamfight items and lineup. It feels like this is just very clearly their game, even with the Wisp in this.
There's only one thing left they have to do. The big boy.
The big boy? Explain yourself.
The big boy is still sitting in his pit.
Oh, have you been watching AC's casts?
No.
Okay, he always calls him the big boy. I thought maybe that's where you got it from. But yeah, they're gonna go for Roche, and they can easily do this. They have a double damage on the Mag.
But probably they might think, because Pacific is grouping as 5 as top now, it's probably a good time to go.
Well, they want to defend this tower, they just don't want to give Pacific any towers.
Oh, the Whip's sleeping bottom.
Bottom lane. Oh, can they kill him off? Do they have anything besides dust? He can defuse? No, he's tether stunned. He can't actually get away. He'll melt.
He lost a lot of gold there. He bought out and died twice.
Now the Shadow Demon's gonna die. Pacific are pulling their way back into this game, but the RP is here, and Don's gonna die. Jotan to follow. Skewered into submission. And I thought they were starting to pull their way back in, but then they give up 2 kills top, and suddenly it's back to ground zero.
I think they gained some ground there because they sacrificed an offlaner, Duster, and a supporter, Jakiro, to get the Phantom Lancer and Shadow Demon in return. So they actually were on top of that trade.
They are getting close to some important items for their carries in the TA as well as the Weaver. They're gonna have the Lincoln soon, the BKB as well. I'm not sure how much those items really do this game. I mean, even the BKB, there's Demonic Purge, RP, and Black Hole, and a PL whose his auto attack still hurt even if you're not getting mana burn. So I don't know about either of these choices, but they are going with what they're comfortable with.
She could have just gone for something like more farm or more damage, Radiance orientated to split push, or even go for a Manta straight. But Lincoln's doesn't really help him a lot. It's just that the item gives him a Weaver, because Lincoln's gives you mana regen, and Weaver is a hero that needs a lot of mana. If you don't have a mana regen item, like if you go for a Radiance straight up, you have a lot of mana issues later on.
The Linkets build can be very effective if you have a good lane and you can just farm really quickly. You can have your Linket Sphere by like 17-18 minutes, and then your Radiance around like the 23-24 minute mark, maybe 25 minutes if you have a good game.
Lincolns
But
and
this game
Radiance
was
by
just
20.
not the right game for it.
Lincolns and Radiance by 25 is sort of standard. If you are free farming the whole game, 25 minutes, you have your boots, either your tranquil boots or your treads. If you have treads, Lincolns, and Radiance at 25 minutes, that's very fat already.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes I see they skip the boots entirely. Maybe they'll get, you know, Reign of Basilius or something.
They tried to go for the big boy in the pit, and they just ran out. They just stopped in the middle of it. Not sure why.
They are very far ahead, but I'm not sure if they realize it, because they're playing very defensively, aside from Ninja Boogie. And Gods will be happy to see this. He's upgraded his Diffusal Blade very early.
Oh yeah, Gods is always telling me, why are other players not getting level 2 Diffusal on Phantom Lancer? Have they no idea that how good is it on Phantom Lancer? Do not underestimate the level 2 Diffusal.
In defense of Gods, it is very freaking good on Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
Well, Roshan will fall. They're going to trade maybe a tier 1. There's no glyph anymore. Baiba should be able to bring this tower down. He will have his Lincoln Sphere now. And now, I guess if you're Pacific, you just have to drag this game out, because you can't win now. Even though you don't want to drag it out, and it's not good.
It's so hard to fight. But even if they drag, it will be difficult. And we were talking about, at 25 minutes, you have a Radiance and Lincoln. This Weaver only has a Lincoln and no boots at 25 minutes.
So much for dragging it out. There's your Blink RP combo. And that's an easy, quick double kill. Wisp dies again, and this is what we talked about with the Wisp. It's just, if she gets caught, if she doesn't have a good start, there's so many nukes, there's so much initiation, and she just melts. This PL does probably over half her health with every auto attack. Every Lance probably does over half her health.
I'm waiting for him to respond to see how much health he has. I think basically he would just die in 2 lances.
We also need to remember that his physical armor is incredibly low. That's one of Wisp's weaknesses as a hero. His lane, and one of the main reasons why his laning stage is so bad is because he's got 0 base armor. Now he's only up to 2 armor, which means he's extra squishy.
But Wisp is she's actually a strength hero, so strength heroes aren't supposed to be that squishy.
It's very deceptive. It's actually, I'm pretty sure that she's a strength hero because she'd be too strong if she wasn't.
And one more fact about Wisp.
Because her strength gain is not good.
Yeah, she's a strength. She's not like, you know, another hero I would like to use as a good example. Ogre Magi, intelligence hero, but
she's
you look
the
at his
opposite of him, yeah.
Yeah. Ogre Magi actually has one of the highest strength gain in the game. At level 25, he's very tanky.
Look at the position of Hachiko. Boy, are they far ahead or what? Five position support Shadow Demon just sitting at your tier 2, spamming Shadow Poison. And there's not a thing Pacific can do about it.
Because there's a big Rhino waiting behind him.
And look at the frickin' vision as well. They've got total map control. They've got
Gem up.
Better team fight and split push. And oh, by the way, look at the Keeper of the Light. Ghost Scepter and the mech.
The dragons got skewered by the Rhino.
Oh, Jakiro, this is not a good position. Don's in trouble. No, we'll get disrupted. And can they turn this fight around, Winter? We're going to find out. Hachiko charges in. Manly Shadow Demon.
Behind.
But he's not a manly
Chin and the Whips. Chin and the Whips TP'd behind to kill the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, Keeper just pulled the Enigma back in. The RP catches 2. The Black Hole can follow if they need it, which I don't know if they do, but Biobus is trying to run. He may be able to get away with the time lapse, but they still have Black Hole, and with that, they could probably go high ground if they could just get another kill or 2. Biobus still Sakuchiing back. It looks like they're going to mech up. They're chasing kills when they could be looking to go for a tier 2. They're still chasing Biobus. Had the vision on Lei, but in the end, they're going to back off.
I think if he needed to drop the Black Hole there. Without the Black Hole, they just can't kill the Weaver.
Well, they still have Black Hole. They have their mech coming off cooldown 22nd. They may be able to just go high ground, especially with the Aegis and the Black Hole being online.
It's easier if you take out the carry, but Biobus has buyout. So if they drop the Black Hole there for him.
The problem is this particular carry can't really do anything, because if Weaver comes into the fight, what you want to be doing as Weaver is running through the... Oh, nope, nice try, Lei. Good effort. A for that. But you want to be running past the enemy team, doing Sakuchi damage, getting your auto attacks off with your passive here and there for the double auto attacks from Gemini. Weaver's got to be in the middle of the fights to be effective, but he can't go anywhere near Neolution or he just dies.
He's not rich enough. He's just very far behind right now. Like we talked about, you're supposed to have another item at around this 25 to 26 or 27 minutes, but he still doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Weaver's...
The Phantom Army... The Phantom Armies...
Oh, Weaver's in all up. He's level 16, so he does have time lapse now. He could have gotten his mana back, but he chooses not to. Vibos now he uses it, and he gets caught anyway. That's 4 heroes in the black hole. Wisp is gonna just wander in, throwing the orbs out, doing good damage, but I don't think it's sufficient. Phantom Lancer giving chase. Ninja Boogie wants to dance on their graves. He won't be able to.
You know what happened? He actually time lapsed into the black hole. So.
And then the Wisp just waddled right next to it. Yeah, the Weaver time-lapsed into it, and he also time-lapsed late, so he didn't get any of his mana back. That level...
he can't time-lapse early, because he just TP'd back down to the base. If he time-lapse early, he would just time-lapse back to the top lane where he was farming.
I think he had... Yeah, that's true, but I think he had like a good 2 or 3 seconds there where he could have done it and gotten his mana back without going back mid. Or top, rather, but... Either way, it really wouldn't have mattered. This Weaver, even if he's alive, he's just delaying the inevitable. There's just no way for Neolution to lose this game anymore. I feel they could team wipe at the fountain 2 or 3 times and still win. And they might try to do just that. We'll see. Mag's got the RPs looking for the angle. And the Shivas as well. Oh boy, this is a rich Magnus. And he's going to skewer the Weaver back into death. Maybe not. Fire Bus, Big Juke's still dead. The Draki wall, and they fight in the wall. They may give away those fountain feeds that I was jokingly talking about.
Phantom Lancer army by the Dacia.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be sufficient. Phantom Lancer of his own is diving the fountain. Boogie is going to feed the Aegis for this, but he gets a huge army instantly. He's got some good luck with that PL. Triple for him. 4 heroes dead. Darkseer gets Shivas up again. And when he tries to surge, he will be... Nope, there's no mana for the disruption. PL dies at the fountain just in time to collect that final kill, I believe. Doesn't get enough illusions, maybe. Doppel walking in. Wants this kill. Ultra kill for Ninja Boogie. Da-da-da-dum-dum. And that's the GG. No more fountain camping for Neolution.
That wasn't so ninja. He just walked up up their door and just ran in the fountain and just killed everyone.
It was a lot of Boogie, but not much ninja.
Well, to me, the game was already partly decided when the draft came out. I just don't know how Pacific's draft is going to fight against that PL.
You never want to say they lost at the draft as a caster because then people just turn the stream off, but it did kind of feel like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, Chin, the typical call the GG, then fight it out anyway. I love it, but it will end soon.
Someone got Dagon.
Blah. Blah has a Dagon too, actually.
Why they called GG and they're still defending?
This is standard. I've actually seen them do this and then defend for like 10-15 minutes. And then one time they almost mounted a comeback doing it.
But certain events, actually, they say that the game has to be GG only if all 5 of the players concede. So if one player only concedes the GG, so technically the game is still on until the whole team says it.
That's a black hole in the fountain. It's some extra kills. Neolution padding the stats. Bruno, I'd like you to please strike those from the record when you listen to this cast. Unfortunately, he's not going to hear that memo, because thanks to Valve, we now have the API, so he doesn't need to. Alright, Winter, that wraps it up for our first game. It was a pretty brutal beatdown, most likely just lost entirely at the draft, especially once they went for the Weaver plus Wisp. Just no synergy there whatsoever. And then they went defensive trialing, let the PL free farm. Everything went wrong for Pacific, and everything went right for Neolution International. Of course, guys, this is only the start of your group stages. We have a lot more games coming up. Group C and D will be decided today, and then tomorrow the quarterfinals begin. I'm LD, he's Winter. We are Beyond the Summit. Stay tuned for more action from the SEA League coming up soon.